Hi, welcome to Subcreation. I'm Nathan. I'm an artist and a designer, and this channel is about creative process. Today I'm going to be jumping back into white charcoal drawing. So I've been doing a series of these for a while. Just did a little bit of sculpting last week, and we'll be doing a little bit more VR sculpting later on. But for now, I'd like to get into the next VR the next white charcoal sketch. So in order to do that, first we need to actually pick out a new subject. Actually, first I could go ahead and show you the work I was doing before, just to give you the background. Let me pull up. Oh, I just realized I need to fix my camera first so you'll be able to see it. This apparently needs to be reactivated. And that's still not working. It's gonna be one of these nights. Let me try configure video. No, that doesn't seem to be working either. Let me check and see if I've gotten them plugged somehow. No, everything's plugged in. Let's give that. Give it another shot. There we go. Wait. We had it for a second. There we go. All right. There we are. So, so the series will be continuing. Is this? We did. Let me turn that off. I need that. I need the light, but it doesn't work very well for the camera to have that light. So anyway, this was the elephant that we just finished up, and these are some of the other pieces just to give you an idea of what this series is. It's just animals. I try to capture them with as much emotion as possible. So I'm looking for images where they're kind of the animals really sort of projecting some sort of emotion, like this very quirky owl, sort of inquisitive. But yeah, so those are the ones we did previously. So now that you know what we were doing previously, you can maybe help with. Oh, you know what? I just realized I don't have my chat window up. There we are. Hey, welcome, Lucy. Sorry, I wasn't watching the stream, but I'm here now. I wasn't watching the chat. I mean, little disoriented, but give me a moment. I'll get this pulled up. So many things to do. What I need is a checklist. I've used the checklist before, but I need to keep a checklist and make sure that I'm all ready to go when I go live, so I don't have these things to sort out. It's one of the things I could improve here. So that's so we'll start looking through images on Pinterest here in a second. I just need to pull up one other place where I like to have the chat window ready. So if anyone has any ideas, I'm actually thinking of maybe a gorilla, but I'd like to have a bit of variety. So the owl was a bird. The bat was a mammal, kind of a rodent. I think I've got 2 cats already, so I don't want to have too many cats. Don't need too many more cats anyway. There we are. So let's just start looking through. I'm gonna try. We'll start with black and white animal photography. So we can sort of pick from some different options. That hummingbird is pretty nice, but I did recently do a bird. That ostrich is also kind of nice. But I am also going to be looking for what has the emotion that I'm looking for. So let's see. I should pull up Pretzel too. So that's another cat. We don't necessarily need another cat. Let's see. We just did an elephant. So we don't want necessarily for them all to be like safari animals either. Oh, there's the music. Let me know if the volume's all right. I'll go ahead and just leave that on for now. Let's take that off the camera, off the screen. All right, so we got raccoons. The bear's pretty good. Here we have an orangutan. So I was thinking of an ape. I was thinking of doing like a gorilla or a chimp or an ape. Here we have chimp here. Pretty silly looking guy. And also another thing, I guess I'd say one other thing I'm waiting for, like I'm trying to give credence to, is images that have a predominance of black, because I think there's something to the efficiency of, you know, you're working with white charcoal on black. The less, you know, the less there is to fill in, you know, the more you can rely on the black background, because it's already kind of unusual that you have a black sheet of paper. So I want something that takes advantage of the medium as much as possible. I like this meerkat, but it's a little bit too much like the what do we call it? The pine marten that I did previously. Pretty nice bear here too, but it's this is an awful lot of white. Although it is kind of interesting that I'd be able to do the snow that's falling there. Let's see what else. Jaguar, no. I actually like this rhino. If I hadn't just done an elephant, which is kind of similar in texture to a rhino, that would be a pretty good call, pretty good bet. Let's see. That ram is really something. It's interesting. The zebra, not very efficient though. All right, we got I think I'm seeing kind of more of the same, so I'm going to go ahead and change this to gorilla. So also the other question would be like, what emotion exactly do we want to be drawing? He's looking kind of introspective, but you can't really see his eyes, which means there's a lot of room to work with there. This is nice. The angle seems like a very thoughtful pose. I like that one. I don't know, that one actually doesn't have a lot of emotion to it. I'd say no. This one is, so I've had this on my list for a while. The only concern I have with this one is that it's a lot of gray. There isn't a lot of range here. Most of the image is pretty dark. It's a little too dark. There isn't really, I guess there are some more like highlights here in the, I guess I could adjust the range in my rendering of it. I don't know, I think this may be the one I want to go with, but let's see what they suggest as options for. Oh, actually, oh, this is the same image, but I think it looks better. Oh, that's so much better. Okay, I'm gonna save this one and unsave the other one. That's much better. Let's see. This is interesting. The eyes on that one are really nice. And it's a plus because there's a lot of intelligence in those eyes. So there's a lot more work to do here though too. I know, what do you think? Are we out there, Catlin? I do like this one. Oops. So I'm just gonna head back. I like that one, but also the other thing though is I do like that it's a profile. I mean that the other one is a profile. Commander Ransom, welcome. Thanks for dropping in. I'm looking for thoughts on the selection for the next drawing. We're going to be doing a new white charcoal drawing. So that's the question. So I'm looking through these images and trying to pick a good one. I don't know how this image came up on the search for gorilla. I'm pretty sure that's not a gorilla. Pretty sure this isn't a gorilla either, nor is that. Oh, I remember why, because I'm pivoting off of another image. So the images that we're choosing from, see, I should have two of the same here, and then I'm going to take out the extra one. This one doesn't have enough. How do I remove it from here? I want to remove it. Remove. Nope. Don't see an option to unpin. Isn't there a way to unpin it? Oh, maybe this one here? Weird. Oh, it saved it again. There we go. Let's try the edit button. There we go. Delete. Yes, delete pin. And then this one, okay. Doing a little usability study on, a little impromptu usability on Pinterest. Okay, so this is the one that I like. It has more range to it, like it has brighter brights. So the only thing is that you can't really see much for the eye. The eye is pretty much entirely in shadow. And let's the other option. There was another option. Was it one of the? Hey, look, it's Caesar from Planet of the Apes. This isn't an actual ape. This is from the movie. Have you seen Planet of the Apes, Commander? You might like it. So let's see some of the other options here. All right, I think, nope, you haven't seen it. You might find it interesting. It's a science fiction movie. Some of the bad guys are the humans. I'm talking about the new ones. There's an older Planet of the Apes, which is very different. But okay, so I think this is the one we're gonna go with. link in a new tab. There we go. That looks pretty good. Okay. I think I'll zoom out a little bit so I can sort of see the whole thing. Okay, that's pretty good. And then let's switch here over to this view. Oh, I forgot. This is I adjusted this on the last stream, so I'll fix this now. So we're going to want to be able to see the reference. So display capture, that's, there we go. All right. So now what I'll need to do is this. I found it's easier to work with a single sheet rather than previously I was doing. I was using the whole pad. It's a little easier to work with just a single sheet, especially because this surface is angled, which is nice for drawing. But it can be a little challenging if you are trying to keep a pad on the page. Right. We need a little bit of light. This is where it's a little bit tricky on the channel here because I need light, but it looks better on camera with less light. So I try to strike kind of a balance where I can kind of see it pretty well and it's not too much glare for the camera. So I have a little bit of light down here. All right. Let's see how we're doing. Oops, I lost my dashboard somehow. Okay, so let's start by just putting down sort of the basic shapes that we see here. Think about the negative space that's going on there. Also think about how you want to use the whole paper. I wonder if I think this paper is that my paper may be shorter than the image, so I need to take that into account. From there, there. Okay, so this is, it's probably pretty close, but probably want to bring this. And I'll just start. It's interesting, their noses are so much flatter than ours. I wonder what the, if you look at a chimpanzee's nose and you look at a human's nose, it's kind of like, we're almost like the Klingon version of chimps, in that we have like extra decoration going on that they're like, what's that for? I want to see what I'm doing up there.
Humanity will
No spoilers, huh? Sorry. Yeah. I'll just say that I think you'll like it. It sounds like there's a helicopter outside. Trying to figure out. Okay, like what are the distances here from there? There. I feel like this is not sloping in enough. Okay, what I was saying earlier about the apes. I believe this is a chimpanzee, not gorilla. I think gorillas have more to their. Wait, maybe this is a gorilla. No, I think it's a chimpanzee. I wonder if it says on the previous page or on that. I should at least know what I'm drawing, right? I don't want to commit all this to memory and then later on not know how to draw a chimp or a gorilla. I don't see anything about that here. Let's try clicking through. Nope, that just takes us here. Well, I'll just guess. I'm pretty sure it's a chimp. Gorillas usually have a little bit more length, I think, in the like they have less of that kind of sticking out brow. I think their brow is like a little bit slopes more, and then I think that their nose is not their nose, but it's a longer, flatter bridge. That's the word I'm looking for, the bridge. Okay, so I need to correct some of my choices here. And there we go. Right. Now we're in time because I do have to reserve some time for I owe a rose sculpt to Cloud9. Cloud9 Rainbow, who won the what do you call it? The of course the Rubik's Cube solved last time, so and it goes in a bit, and then there's a little bit of a thing there, but I feel like I'm making that way too big. See, like from there to there, from there to there is the same as what from there to the top of the eye. So from the top of the eye to there, same as from there to there. Wow, yeah, no, I'm way off. Way off. I had a feeling. Which means this is all coming up, which is due to the fact that the image is a taller, narrower aspect ratio. Which I was saying at the beginning of it, and I still went and let the difference between the paper shapes mess up my rendering. That's alright. Let me make sure I got it right now though. From here to there, there to there. Okay, so from here to there and there to there, that's exactly right. There we go. It kind of like a curling like smile. It looks like a smile. It's odd because he looks sad. He's a very sad, introspective chimpanzee here. Now this goes like that. And then this is going to come up much earlier now. And you can kind of see there's 2 lines I need to watch. There's about the distance that the hairs extend down to. They're about the same length most of the way down. And then there's the actual line of where its skin is that I can see right there. You can kind of see through it, you know. So there's those 2 lines. Kind of interesting 3-dimensional effect that you can see there. And this is a little bit of his neck coming over there. And I think that seems weird. That seems too small now, but maybe it's too high, I don't know. There we go. I think I just need a little bit more. Yeah, that helps. Now I don't, let me see. Is it like this and that? I don't know, I feel like there's something off about the overall dimensionality of all this. Okay, I see. You know, this also could be an orangutan, but I don't think so. Let's see, looking at it on the screen there, can we see the, I don't know why I have that light up so bright. I'm gonna fix that light. It's casting a shadow. And bring that down. Leave this one on. Doesn't seem like that made that much difference. Huh. Oops. Okay, so let's... I realized just before I started the stream I lost my pencil sharpener, so hopefully this will be enough to get us started today. Don't have much of a strategy here, I'm just trying to get some of the main points in. I usually start with the eyes, and I might work up there pretty quick. I'm trying to get some of the... I feel like the thing that really speaks in this image is the silhouette. So the profile, you know, the silhouette and profile, so trying to get that kind of marked out first. Sort of quiet stream again. Guess it's up to me to keep things interesting. Okay, so now I need to really think this curve right here is kind of the bears a lot of the character of this silhouette. So I'll make sure that it really feels dynamic. It's kind of coming out and it has that dimension to it. So this is probably going to be the last white charcoal drawing on black paper for a while. I completed a set of 9 of them, which is kind of what I was setting out to do. I like numbers that are divisible by 3 because it ultimately ends up on Instagram, and so that works pretty well. And another. So after this, the next project I was thinking of doing maybe a series of portraits of historical figures, people who really had a major impact in the world. I was going to start with the Lubavitcher Rebbe, who is a major figure in Judaism and the Chabad movement. And then what else? I was thinking of doing like the astronaut. Thinking of there's a particular picture of an astronaut that I really like, that I'd like to do. So I think that's, you know, definitely an important part of modern history. And that's mostly what I'm looking at is modern history. I want people who have good black and white photographs of. I was thinking maybe Tesla. I like Tesla. not the company or Elon Musk, but I mean the inventor, Tesla, kind of invented the modern age with radios and X-rays and AC current. There's still quite a bit more to build up in here. And so those are going to be a series of charcoal drawings, not just white charcoal, charcoal on black paper. I'm thinking though of using medium gray paper and then doing both black and white to bring out the highlights. So that'll be fun. It's a pretty big project because the paper is going to be, I'm going to go up, I think, 16 by 10? I forget. I have some sample paper coming. I'm actually not going to use paper. I'm going to use illustration board. So illustration board is much better for, if you want something to last. It's archival. That's a project I've been thinking about doing for a while. It's going to be pretty time consuming because they're going to be big and it's going to be very detailed. But I feel like the output would be nice to have. Those are, I think the subjects are worthy of the attention and the effort and the detail, the time. So. I'm trying to pick historical figures that wouldn't be as recognizable. This is, like I don't quite want them to be like celebrity drawings. I mean, I want them to be recognizable if you know who they are, but there's a lot more to do up in there, but so I don't know quite when we'll start that series, and I have a few other things I'd like to do on here. The biggest thing, so I have some work to do on this channel that I might do on the channel, like actually working on improving the stream during the stream. But there's a little bit of setup work there. I can't just do it. I can't just, So the ideas I have in mind. One is this particle effect that's going on. I want to attempt to make. I'm interested in making a audio visualizer that is based on similar to this effect, perhaps maybe not exactly the same, but something similar to it. Probably with WebGL. But the question is, I need to figure out how to access the audio channel. Like I found some source code that's already doing part of what I want to do, but the problem I had when I ran the demo of it. Let's see, how far back am I? Oh, we're about there, aren't we? The problem I had with it when I tried out the source code that I found was I couldn't get it to look at the I couldn't get it to reference the audio signal that I was delivering into my Mac. So I do the sound production on the Mac, and I'm streaming from the PC, and the audio pipes into it. And there was a setting to point the audio visualizer to an internal microphone, but there need to be multiple audio ways to select audio inputs. I haven't figured that out, but once I do, that would be a fun stream because it's kind of creative work, creating art from code. So there's that one to look forward to. I think that'll be pretty interesting. And then what else? This should be leading up to there. Okay. That's pretty good. So it's 8:40. We started at 8, and let's see. I think I can keep going until about 9, and then I can switch at 9 to doing the at 9 I'll switch over to doing the what do you call it? The sorry, I'm a little tired tonight. But I need to focus. So I'll do. I owe the rose sculpts to Cloud9 Rainbow for her deft guessing at last week's or Sunday, I should say. Yeah, it was Sunday's what did we do on Sunday? So I was sculpting the giraffe, and then we had a Rubik's Cube solve. And so she won or he or she, I'm not sure, won the Rubik's Cube solve, and so I still owe the drawing on that, or the sculpt for that. It's just going to be a rose. So that's what I'm going to do next, is a rose sculpt. Sculpt of a rose in Oculus Medium. Oh, and you'll get to see Oculus Medium was recently updated, so the tools are a little different. I haven't totally explored all of the new features, but I didn't see. I know they were taking out some things that I liked because they were underused by most of the users, but I really liked the features that they took out, so I'm a little bummed about that. But that's all right, you know. The tool's still pretty awesome. Okay, so I think if I just if I could just get sort of the rough details of this in, I think that'll be the most important part. Let's see, why does that look too long? No, it seems it's right. Maybe it's not pushing back far enough. Is that the deal? Maybe it's supposed to be further back. Let's give that a shot, maybe. don't think it made any difference with that pushback. Oh well. So today's Wednesday, and usually I stream on Thursday, but I think I'm gonna need to cancel tomorrow's Thursday because it's Log Baomer. I have a barbecue to go to for that. It's kind of interesting. All this kind of needs to connect up, but not be too. I'm not going to try to do that texture too much here. Oh, Critter Art is live. Just got the notification that Critter Art is up, so maybe we'll be able to raid him today. Pretzel Rocks sure is talkative tonight. These Pretzel Rocks doing all the talking. There's a lot of work to do in here. So yeah, I was saying before, I was talking a little bit about the projects. I was kind of struggling to concentrate when I was, but so one of the things, so some of the things I want to do on the stream, I mentioned the particle-based audio visualizer, and then the other idea I have is I want to do a technical difficulty sort of be right back screen. So I was thinking of something. Well, you'll see. It'll be more fun to see it when it's done. But it's going to be a video, kind of like the way I have the intro video on the way in. I have to reshoot the intro video because you can see that the backdrop has changed, and you can tell that it's not the same scene as what I have now. And part of the idea is it's supposed to look kind of like, pseudo live. So I have that, the intro stream to redo. I have the regular Be Right Back to redo. So lots of things coming. What else? Oh, it'd be fun maybe to have a video to play when a raid happens. Maybe it might be an interesting idea. I've noticed I tend to kind of freeze up when a raid happens. It might not be a bad idea. I've noticed that KidSlam does this sort of like a recap of the work he's been doing. It might not hurt to have sort of a recap video that plays. Maybe not necessarily one of me, doing it, because the work does need to be kind of new, right? So I guess it need to be somewhat fresh. But I was thinking maybe something to sort of take the pressure off of me when a raid happens. Like the raid happens, could be sort of a fun video that plays to celebrate the raid, followed by maybe it could have like a like a window that appears that cycles through some of the art, and I could take a minute to breathe and drink some water or something and collect myself while that happens, and then I can maybe narrate through some of it or something. I don't know. That's what the idea. I'm still developing it, but yeah. We're on time. Okay, we're getting down there. There's gonna be some of this cheek that shows up in here. This one's going pretty quick. I might be done with this before I know it. Not tonight, but I mean after that elephant. My goodness. That elephant was really a challenge. Really pushed myself on that one. And these portraits are really going to be a challenge too. They're going to put me through my faces. Let's put it up a little bit so you can see it. One thing I did learn from the elephant drawing that I'm trying to apply somewhat here is not trying to finish everything. Like I'm not just doing like a straight render pass. I'm kind of lightly framing things out even as I put detail in, and then I come back and I adjust the values within the detail a lot more than I've done in previous drawings. I do feel like when I work this slowly, methodically, it definitely ends up being a little less expressive. But I think it's good to go through the steps and to make those trade-offs to see what the range of options are. I don't want everything to just be I don't want everything to be the same, even if the same meant everything is sort of like speed drawn and expressive. I want to have more range with my ability, with my approach. Okay, so this is a little unfortunate. I'm realizing as I get to here, I've reached the edge of the paper, and that's because I started over here, and the paper, as I mentioned, is much narrower. It's okay though. I'll just leave a gap. I don't need it to go right to the edge. That's fine. Doesn't necessarily need to bleed to the edge. Usually I try to bleed all the way to the edge, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be 100% of the time. Seems like this maybe could come out here more. Yeah, so it's looking interesting. Not totally. There's a lot to do on it still, but I think it's a good start. All right, well, we got through it with a pretty good start. Didn't have to worry too much about the pencil, since I have lacking a sharpener. I need to locate my sharpener. I did some rearranging here when I set up some of this stuff lately, but anyway, that's where we are. Yep. So there we go. A lot more to do there, but it's a start. Actually, I do want to kind of tweak one thing now. I'm looking at it right here. Okay, it's a little better, but there's obviously more to do. So I will set that down there. That's a good start. Now I need to, I've got this on top of my, if you're interested in seeing what the, bit of a clue what the portrait series might be a bit like, although these are still pretty rough and this is what I'm going to be doing is much tighter, but here are some images that I've done in the past using gray paper with white charcoal and black charcoal. So we've got this one here. So these are these are much faster. It's kind of rough. One more here. You can't quite tell it's a birthday. Here, I'll just pull that down like that. Oh. It's like a birthday cake thing. Yeah, so that's that. These are rougher and a smaller size, so the ones I'm telling you about are going to be much larger, finer detail, I think. So let's switch over here to. Oh, I need to get the camera or the. I need to get this started. So let me switch to this while. One moment, still pulling this up here. So it doesn't seem to like my. So something's hung up. Might need another battery, possibility. So hold on, I'm gonna hit the. I'll just be right back. Just give me a minute. Alright, I'm back. Got the battery, and it's the right controller that needs it. Let me make sure, yeah. The right controller. Just need to oops. Sometimes these are really easy to get into, and every once in a while I'll have a real hard time getting into it. Let's try this. This always has to happen when I'm on stream too. Just man, like I really should have fixed it the first time I got the message. It gives me a little message inside the headset that says change your. Sometimes this thing is just. Oh, there we go. Got it. I got it. This is the old battery. Set that away. Okay. The new battery goes in like so. Let's see if that clears up any of the problems I was seeing a second ago. I'm able to communicate with Oculus servers. That is odd. I'm able to communicate with Oculus servers. Every once in a while, it acts really weird like this. So what need. See, my right touch control battery is low. I'm seeing some weird stuff, some really weird stuff. That seems a little better. So let's see if you can see what I'm doing now. Nope. Still no luck. Sometimes this is pretty challenging. It's one of the things I try to have working before I start up, but sometimes I can only do so much. It's also a good reason why I might need to start streaming a little later each evening, because this takes quite a bit of time to. Oh, there we go. This is looking better. Still nothing that you can see, but you know. It says not responding. Oh, now it says can't launch Oculus. Oh, but there it is. It lied. Oh, but it's doing the slow loading thing. I was in here yesterday and it worked. And everything just crashed. Let's try that again. All right, see Commander Ransom, thanks for hanging out. Sorry we couldn't get this working in time for you to see it. I may just give this a few more minutes, and then if it's not coming around, I may have to give up. Let's see if I open it from here. everything just went dark for me again. Now it's doing the thing where it says it's loading, but it may still be a dirty, filthy liar. Let's see. Let's see. Come on. I should at least show you what I can see. Like I'm in like a grid space that has sort of a ceiling and a floor that goes off into the corners in either direction. But I'm not seeing anything else. It says Oculus loading, or Oculus Medium is loading right in front of me. But last time it was not able to complete. Now it says Oculus not responding. Oh, now I see it. I see Oculus. Let's see if you can see Oculus. Aha! Oculus is, or excuse me, Medium, Oculus Medium is working. So, next, what we need is add an image. So you guys can see me. Okay. Oh, I remember what I need to do. Yeah, I'm gonna open up the rows. Add that. That's pretty nice. Like that. I wonder if I should sculpt it on this thing. Look at that. Look at that shot. Now I'm going to add another rose. Add this one here. Now I had an idea. Cloud9 Rainbow had suggested that they liked the rose from what do you call it? From Beauty and the Beast, where it has the glass dome over it. Let's see. Let's save. This is progress. I don't want to lose any progress. Let's go ahead and save what we got. Save. I hope this is a unique name. Just go ahead and give it a number. Make sure that's unique. I assume it's unique. It's not letting me save, and that might be perhaps because I don't have a model started. I don't know. That could be it. Oh, first of all, I just remembered I need to bring up my window so I can see. There we go. You guys can't see this, but I've got like a view that helps me to be able to see what's going on with my desktop. Be able to see your wonderful comments when they come in. I like that to be lined up with the actual one in the camera if possible. That's pretty good. Alright. Oh, and I need to pin both of them. Pin and pin. There we go. Now they'll stay when I'm in here. That down a little bit. That down a little bit. And then this. Oops. This. Is there a way to bring? I like to bring the whole scene. There we go. Over here. So what this is a lathe. So I think a lathe could be interesting for this. I don't know if it's necessarily how you do this. Alright, so I need to think about how am I going to read this. I'm going to make it, I think, really big. Go ahead and select the red right there. And now I'm going to need, let's see, stamps. Would be good for a pebble. You know, I feel like I'm gonna really want. I think it's not like I don't really want those petals to be like a stamp. I think I need more of, let's see, like maybe a line. Let's look under traditional. Like this, I'm thinking. Or this. Possibly that. I'm thinking maybe. Not that. Maybe this, and this kind of looks like a. No, that's not it. I want something that I can sort of sweep. So this is going to be continuous. I think we want no tapering. Again, here we are. I can see, maybe if I turn it and choose the lathe. Oh, it's fast. Let's slow it way down. You see that spinning down there? Alright, so clockwise is. I'm just going to kind of look at this here. What I'm going to do is kind of starting in the center. I need a little more resolution than this, and I'm going to need to be careful there. Oh, there's a little shortcut here. Excuse me, I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. Okay, let's try this again. Now I'm thinking I'm going to be curling these later. It's like the curl I don't need to worry about. I need to get kind of like the flat version of it, and then I can kind of wrap them around each other using the move tool. I don't know, we'll see. This will be interesting. This will be my first time doing a subject like this. But what I want, first of all, is actions. There we go. Increase resolution. Let's give that 2 increase resolutions. I'm gonna go ahead and just. It's okay. I'm gonna find it work really big. I'm gonna shrink it down so that. That's a little weird. Let's try it again. And it's moving too fast. The lathe is going too fast for the resolution, so let's bit. Settings for the lathe. Quite a bit. Let's see. So the problem I'm seeing with that is there's some more work to do. Make it bigger. Wrap around a little bit, and I do get the wrap. And I can let's pause this wave. And I can just go ahead and sort of carve it. Ribbing is a little bit of an unfortunate side effect from the use of the lathe when I'm doing it, but let's see. It's very metal-like. Let's see, lathe is still there. Okay, I'm going to start by duplicating this. Okay, so they kind of. There. It's and maybe they don't spiral that much. Is it less of a spiral? No, it looks like a spiral. Maybe I'm spiraling it too fast, do you think? Okay, so let's see if there are any comments. Nothing since I gotta go, it's just pretzel rocks. Alright. Okay, so this. No, I might. Can we make it to involved again? Watch out for that. That's not going to be that big. Yeah, that's looking pretty rose-like to me. What do you think? I think it's looking pretty rose-like. Any questions? Am I going too heavy on that? The question I have is if I'm using too much these layers, I'll be max out these layers very quick. This one here. just have this thing totally wrapped around itself. This one, like, let it move up. This, let's see. Alright, that's fine. Just now. Rows like this thing. First, the only thing is I'm going to need to go back and paint each of these individually, which maybe I should. Good. I probably should have painted it first then. Nope. Like this subject choice. It's kind of fun about in Rubik's Cube solves the challenge of drawing over and creating numbers that it comes up with. feel like these have gotten a little crazy. So I'm going to go back to this one. I don't know if there was any point in having this on blade, but you know, I started to use it initially. It's like it comes up in the same way as the over there. Just a little more variety. Right. Feels a little too open. it's almost there. Just this is just like my brain tool, and the idea being like this, being able to just create this right here like this, and seeing it right in front of me. This is just so fun. I'm gonna have to go back to this one because I think it's a little warp. I'm okay with warping for it, but I don't want to warp on top of warping, so that's why. I think I said 3, and then I'm done. I think this is the 3rd one. Done with the petals. I think I have to work to do kind of more like a ball shape at the bottom. Try use a stem or something. I used to draw roses a fair amount because my mom comes out like I can do thank you cards or birthday cards, custom birthday cards sometimes. And I knew that my stepmom liked roses, so I was pretty close. This one. And then I said I was done. So yeah, roses or something. I kind of had like a technique for drawing out my straight out my head. So half layer of it. Now what I need, that's fine. Now I need there. Now I need there. Just let me up to the ball. This. Because my fight needs a ball down the ball because like you do it, you end up seeing through a lot when you look down it. So now it's time to paint. I guess I need to do some, there we go. And more opacity. Oh, I have no opacity. That being the case, this is a kind of opacity. And on the high side. Need a brief breather here. Can be kind of challenging being in VR for a long time. It's hot in there and get a little nauseous. But back in I go. Okay. Oh, you know what? I should definitely have saved by now. Uh-oh. That is weird. Something is wrong. Okay, that is a problem. I've got to look that up. Oculus Medium save disabled. Okay, so somebody else has had this problem. Can't save new files. Hey, whenever I try to save new files, Oculus won't let me. It only lets me save. I replace older files. Saving new files worked just a couple of days ago, and it's not a large file, and I have plenty of storage space. That means it lets me write a new save name title, but the save button is still grayed out whenever I do a note. There was a patch that I downloaded in between working on the same sculpt. Could this be the reason? Any help would be appreciated. Hey, I think I know what you're running into. Can you try to select a location on your computer from underneath the library, rename the file from untitled, and save, and press the save button? As far as I can tell, I can't reproduce not being able to save files. I mean, I didn't know that I can choose another location on my PC. I can't save it in my personal medium scope explorer, but anywhere else on my PC is fine. Oh wait. It's exactly like you said, I had to select somewhere else to save beneath the library. Oh, thank goodness. Man, the modern age of the internet where you can just look something up and know right away what's going on, that is a relief. That is such a relief. Okay. Okay, let's try this. So it says I can choose somewhere else. Just not that original folder. Let's go to PC. C, D, and E. D. Bit Pro Convert. Oh, this is where I'd actually prefer to save it. And there it is. I can save. I would kind of like to have a folder for this though, so I'm going to create a folder and come back. What a relief! That would have been a bummer. So I just need to create that folder. 1 second while I do that. Am I on time? Oh, I'm really late on time. So you're not gonna have time for the. Maybe if you guys want to take guesses, I'll do it, and maybe you can have the pick for next time. I'm obviously not finished with this thing yet, but if you have guesses for the, I may just go ahead and solve it too. If I don't have guesses, that's fine. Okay, so I'm trying to find where. There we go. Disk drive D, new folder, and we'll call it Oculus, or call it Medium Sculpts. Okay. Let's try that again. Medium Sculpts. And save. There those little guys go. Marching. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and maybe just touch this up a bit more. I don't know that I'm going to finish it tonight, but it'll be nice to. Let's go further. I can see my there we go. They got, you can't see it, but my windows got messed up here. Windows that I used the desktop through got moved. Move over here really quick because this is too low. There we go. Now this is trying to be. I had a feeling I probably should have done the painting first. here's one of the differences between people who have a background in their background in illustration versus actual sculptors. Sculptors always, I guess, work in one color and then paint it afterward, where illustrators usually pick the colors as they go. Both techniques work. I actually like the illustration approach more, but what I try to do. I'm not a traditional sculptor, so this is so it's really more that I just got a little lazy, or I don't know, I was just thinking. I think it's interesting. You can see the ball that's contacting it at the end of this tool. It paints all the way through the clay. I don't know if you can quite tell that that's what's happening there, but it's pretty cool. Now, if you want to paint a surface, you're going to want to use the, let's see, stone. Oh, I see. That's cool. But if you want to do the full layer, I don't know. I'm kind of debating whether or not this is really paying off. I'm kind of glad I kept the layers separate because it allows me to paint each one individually, since that's where I'm at anyway. Let's save that again. Oh, I just realized the thing I should have done earlier. Let's see. But you know what, I think I can fix this all at once. And just go through selecting all these layers, all the paths. And change the reflectivity or the spectrum. Specular. Bring the roughness way up. Way down. What is that? That was like a silky appearance there. It only looks better from certain angles. I don't know. Try that again. Whatever your reference now. It's too glossy. Bring the roughness up. Specularity. I really thought I wanted my specularity to 0. Not much seems to be happening. Oh, you know what? I think what's happening is it's not actually editing all the layers. Oh, it's doing it one layer at a time. That's right. Oh wait, maybe let me see if I can try this again. Nope. No, it doesn't let me edit the materials in multiple layers at once. We'll stay as it is. I really want it to. I really want to bring that. Just go through the original really quick. bummers. I'd really prefer for them to be exactly the same material, but alright, there we go. That looks a little more natural to me anyway. But I sure wish I could do something transparent, just like glass, you know. But yeah, that's fine. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and we can make it bigger. That looks so much better. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's just way better. Okay, so now I need a new layer. Let's go up layer. Go ahead and use clay. That's not so well. I'm gonna try another shape. Okay, really slowly now. Okay, I'm just gonna try. What else can I try? I know, I got it. I think I know how to do this now. Yes. Yes. Oops. That's not my new layer. I need a new layer. Okay, we're gonna try this again. Okay. And this move tool is just awesome. So awesome. now I just need those white things. Those, let's see. Let's see. I just need like, oh, I need these before I do this. Would be great. Let's see. This one maybe now. That one's pretty good. I'm gonna need another layer though. So definitely reference this. Also, I want to paint this. Because I do have light, right? Like light to be. But I do also have to make sure it has like darkness on the sides. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I just need now duplicate this guy. This a little bit. That. we go. We'll take a picture to post to the I think I'll post the picture to the I wonder if it deals with the background. I don't know how this has changed. Let's try this. Maybe it's the world now. Let's see. Change theme. Okay, there's a dark theme. Neutral. I think that's where I started. Cute. Okay, then another like classic. It's very classic. That's okay. So that's not changed. I mean, that is well, it does change the background. I'm really missing having the background. Let's try measuring. Yeah, I think this would be best for that. I should adjust the light. Okay, so now let's go with. Actually, I kind of like the dark layer. I just don't like being in such. I don't like more of a grid. You know? I just need that grid to help me. Okay, so anyway, where was it? I need to capture, yeah, photo. I feel like this is too. I'm wondering, but no, it's too much. Very strange that the numbers there don't match like a. Really meant to give it kind of down on, but okay, I'm realizing that I just have to fix that if I'm going to get this picture to come out. Let's try I said before, it definitely has sides that looks better on, right? Side. Well, that's pretty good. This image is totally skewed. It's driving me nuts. Driving me really big. Let's see if that looks. Alright, that's pretty good. Let's save one more time. And that's a wrap for that. Now, let's go ahead with the Rubik's Solve. See, we don't need that for this. We don't need this for this. Oops. So what we do need is the timer. Oh, looks like for once I don't actually have the okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let's see, I'm going to pause the music for a moment. And let's see. All right. This stool's a little tricky. I'm gonna be in need of a chair, not too long. Well, thanks for joining me. This was fun. I'm gonna go ahead and take a few seconds to go ahead and take a few seconds to identify got the okay. They're all actually pre-lined up, so this is gonna be a good start. So here we go. All right. Let's see. There we are, minute 20. It's not too bad. So I hope you'll stick around for the raid. I'd like to raid. I'm thinking Critter Art would be a good person to raid tonight. So let's head on over to Twitch and see who's still around. Let's go up here. You won't be able to see that row right there. Let's see. So Get Slam's run for 26 viewers. Critter Art is still working on the corn dog pinup. Yeah, so let's see. I'm gonna head over and do that. Let me just need to head into the raid or host, and I'm going to raid Critter Art. Okay, so let's get the call sign up if you want to do it. If you want to join me with it, it's always more fun to make a little bit of noise. I'm just going to do the raid symbol. And Subcreation radiation. That's right, even if it's just a few of us, it's still fun. There's a little bit of excitement. So I'm just going to post that right here. Oops. So there's the, you go ahead and copy that if you want to paste and participate in making the raid seem exciting. So let's see, let me switch over to here. So before we go, so we started a new white charcoal drawing of an ape tonight. Got a good start on that. Pretty much got the whole thing laid out. I'd say it's probably gonna be done in one more session. And we did the rose sculpt from last week, and I'm caught up because we didn't have any guesses on the Rubik's Cube solve this week. So next week or there's gonna be no stream tomorrow night because, as I mentioned before, it's a lot of Bilmer. I'll be at a barbecue, but I'll see you guys on Sunday. Thanks for joining. I had a great time, and I hope you did as well. Good night.